Good morning from New York, everybody. Very important video today. Extremely important because we probably help clients with fancy shaped diamonds way more than rounds. Okay. And it's important. The reason why this is important is because I'm going to give you insights to the behind the scenes investments that we make before you spend any money with us whatsoever. So I'm using Asher cuts in this example, but I could really be using any shape. I could be using pears, ovals, marquee, cushion, moval, princess cut. I mean, no matter what fancy shape it is you're looking for, we find that a lot of our clients are hunting down the types of fancies that we personally either cut or hand select. So I want to take you a little bit through the process and show you what we do. When you contact us and you fill out our Find Me a Diamond form, okay, because we have a concierge service where we link you to when we're helping you in email. You fill out the form, you let us know what you want. So right now I'm just doing this. This is our web page here on the Find Me a Diamond form. You just simply get there by clicking on our menu button, diamonds, and click on Find Me a Diamond, and you're going to pull up this form. When you fill out this form and you indicate whatever it is, what fancy shape it is you're after, we're going to respond back with options. Okay? And when we do, those options are going to be those options, we're going to take a look. Right now I'm using options for Asher cuts 2.5 to 3 carats. All right. And right now I happen to be looking in mined diamonds, not lab grown diamonds. Okay. But everything that I'm communicating to you here in way of mined diamonds, the same identical principle applies to lab grown diamonds. Now, so I have up before me 2.5 to 3 carat Asher cuts, D through G color, VS2 and higher clarity. And the website here, this is one of 2 wholesale websites exclusively for the trade that I subscribe to personally when I'm hunting down diamonds for our clientele. These search engines cover the globe. So I can search. Generally, I like to search within the United States first. And then if I can't find what I'm looking for within the United States, then perhaps I'll reach out globally. It's just more of a pain in the rear end to call in diamonds from overseas than it is from the United States, because here in the US we can ship things fast through FedEx. There's no customs and VAT taxes and everything else to deal with. So, but I have the global search turned on right here, and we're looking at Asher cuts. So when we're looking at Asher cuts, we've been hand selecting fancy shaped diamonds and have even invented fancy shaped diamonds with superior light performance. And not to downgrade polish and symmetry, because those are important as well, but you can have down to very good polish and symmetry next to an XX polish and symmetry, and you're not going to see any difference between the two whatsoever. So we're focusing on aspects of light performance, the diamond's ability to grab light from the surrounding environment and shoot them back into your lady's eyes. If the diamond is not doing that, why even buy? It's a waste of money. We buy diamonds to enjoy. People spend thousands or tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars on diamonds to enjoy. It's going to be with them for the rest of their life and passed down into the family. You want to get the most beautiful possible. And that is where we come in. And what separates us from every single one of our competitors, with maybe the exception of a couple, I can count them on one hand. So in any case, so when we're looking at diamonds, we're looking at 2 things. We're looking at lab reports, and we're looking at whatever media the manufacturers can provide. You got to bear in mind, manufacturers are not in the retail trade. They are strictly there to do business with me. Most people in the industry do not look at light performance results or asset results like we do. So we're left here. We gotta, so when you fill out that form and let us know what it is you want, we're going to spend as many man hours as it takes to find and locate what we see as the absolute most beautiful diamond for your money. So as you look on this screen here with me, you're going to note some things. In this Asher, we're going to take a look. We look at it and we see, ooh, there's darkness on either side of the stone. That's not a good sign. Here, on this one, we see more darkness on the left-hand side than we do on the right-hand side. Some of this analysis that I'm looking at here also comes from my experience as a, how should I say, semi-professional photographer. I happen to be, one of my passions is photography. I've been doing it for 30 years. And so I'm extremely familiar with macro photography of diamonds and how to look at these things, because manufacturers use different setups for taking pictures of diamonds. This photography setup is different from this one from this one. This one and this one are kind of the same, but not exactly. The background is darker. So my team here, primarily consisting of my daughter and myself, when we're looking at these things, we're looking at these graphics and thinking, how is this going to translate? I've called in ones like this before where, okay, this may seem bright, but something? We may be looking at a lot of light leakage and seeing through to the background behind the stone. Light leakage, no good. Too much darkness, no good. So a lot of times what we have to do, we're making the investment on finding you the best. So we're going to hunt down the best options and we're going to let you know what it is that we located. Okay? And we're going to respond back and say, hey, we located something that we have a high confidence in. If I see something that I'm going to tell you right now, of every single one of these diamonds that are on the screen right now, I don't have high confidence in any of them, maybe except for this one here. Okay. And just to let you know, because I'm blurring out the prices on these as I make this video, this diamond, this 2.5 carat GVS1, it's a 251 GVS1. There's another a 256 GVVS1 up here. That's $5,000 less. Okay, so $5,000, and it's a higher clarity than the GVS1 by 2 clarity grades. So, as you might be saying, Jonathan, why is there such a price discrepancy and the other one is $5,000 cheaper and 2 clarity grades higher from VS1 to VVS1? It's the same exact story. That's what's going on in the lab-grown market. Pricing on diamonds can be based on a lot of things. By the way, the more expensive one has a very good XX, while the other one is an XX. So, yeah, there's so many variables. It could be a number of different things that we inspect when we get into the lab, which includes light performance, internal structure, the crystal structure. How good was the diamond crystal? Does it have graining or internal stria? Does it have overblue and lab-grown diamonds? All these different things that we look for. But since we're talking about light performance, we just did this with a client where we called in 3 Asher cuts off of the market. And I was picking based on the photography and the lab report, thinking, hey, I'm going to find us a winner. Now, I'm just going to pull this one off the screen here for a second because that's a special thing. Now, these are the 3 diamonds that we called in. As you can see, 3 different completely asset results. the winner is obvious. For those of you who've watched any of my videos, and I have tons of them on YouTube, we use asset technology because it's the technology that GIA and AGS use to determine light performance within diamond. When we do this and we're laying out all this capital and investments, okay, we are not going to share the GIA report with you. I just want to make that clear, crystal clear from the front. And the reason why we don't do, and there's only a certain amount of information that we will share with you from the GIA report. The reason that is because in times past, we'd just lay all the cards on the table, just like I'm showing you here, laying all the cards on the table, and people would go out. You know, money makes people do different things and makes them do things they maybe normally wouldn't do. So while I'm sure everybody would appreciate the man hours we invest in serving them, when it comes to money, people don't care. A lot of times people just don't care. And what they'll do is they'll go out, they'll find that cert on some other website, and even if the guy is giving it to them for $50 less, or, you know, they'll leave me and go to the guy where they're going to save another $50, irrespective of how many man hours that I've spent hunting down and searching for that diamond for them. The last time that happened to us, it was with a $65,000 sale. And after that, I was like, time for a policy change. So we'll share with you certain pertinent data that's important to you from the report, but it's not going to be everything. And even the data that we do share may be off by 0.01 millimeters or 0.02 millimeters or something absurd that's going to make no difference in the beauty of the diamond, nor the specs or anything. And if we do fudge anything, it's going to be something that's going to be in your favor, in the spirit of under-promising and over-delivering. Okay? So this is an example that we just did recently with 4-carat Ashers. Okay? And the process is simple. We let you know what we find. If you want to move forward with what we locate, we'll let you know our confidence level and what we find. If you decide, okay, here's what I want to, we found the absolute best for you. Like, this is a diamond right here I'd buy for inventory. Okay? Because it's an exceptionally cut Asher and has exceptional light performance on par with what we personally cut. This is a distinctive Asher cut right here. You'll notice these asset results are just kick butt awesome. When we create a brand, we want a diamond that's predictably beautiful. So that, you know, and we have a lot of clients who order custom cuts from us if we don't happen to have in stock a particular weight or size, you know, in a certain price point. We can cut and we guarantee the results. Same thing when we're sourcing fancy shapes for clients. Like this client who I'm helping here, we guaranteed him the best results for his capital possible. And we did it. Okay? And so, you know, and it costs what it costs. We let people know up front, here's what it's going to cost. And then people decide. But we're not going to give away the information. We're not going to give away enough information to hang ourselves, if you understand correctly. It's happened to us too many times in the past, and it's not happened. We're not letting that happen anymore. So in any case, we have a video that further demonstrates how gorgeous this Asher cut is. Okay, because, you know, after we acquire the diamonds, do the scans, do all the vetting, we then show our clients how these diamonds turn up in practical observation. Okay, so as not to hold you up here too long, this is a clip that I just published on YouTube recently. It's called 4-carat Asher Comparison, if you want to see the whole video on that. But this is just a screenshot from that video where I compare the asset results of We got this Asher and this Asher. And look at the increased darkness in this Asher. Okay, so if this is way more beautiful, no question about it. There's always going to be some head and body shadow reflection and practical observation, but the overall brightness and beauty of the diamond, if you care about how beautiful your diamond is, these are things that are important to not only you, but also us, and why we have the reputation that precedes us before you even come to us. If you've done any research on Distinctive Gem or Jonathan Weingarten or, but primarily Distinctive Gem on the internet or on AI. If you search and ask on AI about Distinctive Gem, I'm not even going to tell you the results. You can look it up yourself on whatever AI platform it is you use. So in any case, I wanted to make this video in order to do two things: show you what our process and procedure is in hand selecting and sourcing fancy shaped diamonds, and also to let you know why we don't share all of the information from the GIA report before the before the final decisions are made. Now, this particular client, just in closing, this particular client was ready to have us cut him a Distinctive Asher. These are gorgeous each and every single time. This particular client was working with a particular budget, and we were trying to find a comparable 4-carat stone within his budget. And and this guy lucked out because we did. Okay. And it did cost less to source this diamond than it did to cut him a fresh Distinctive. Okay. Because when we cut these, I'm just going to be flat out honest with you. People, especially with lab grown diamonds, people come to us because, that they'll find the absolute least expensive or cheapest lab-grown diamond on the market and then think that all lab-grown diamonds are going to cost them the same price. No. Just like price varies, I just got done showing you in mined diamonds a $5,000 discrepancy in price, and the cheaper one was 2 clarity grades higher. So you can't always go by those aspects. We have to look at the whole package, everything. So in any case, but this guy was ready to have us custom cut him a stone, if he had to go that route, but he didn't have to go that route because he took advantage of our sourcing and vetting services, as we source fancies on the market. Okay. And that wraps up this quick little video. Oh my gosh, I'm 18 minutes. I'm sorry. But there you go.